Hello students. Today in this lecture I will discuss about structure and union. The topics which I will cover in this lecture, that is introduction to structure. Then I will discuss comparison between structure and array, how array is differing from structure, and defining structure, declaration of structure, array of structure, nesting of structure. Then I will discuss introduction to union. Then I will also here compare the structure and union. Now I will start from structure. Structure is a collection of heterogeneous type of data, that is different type of data. The various individual data components in a structure can be accessed and processed separately. A structure is a collection of variables referenced under one name, providing a convenient means of keeping related information together. A structured declaration forms a template that may be used to create a structure object. There are various points of similarity and dissimilarity between structures and arrays. The structures and arrays are different from each other on the basis of basically main 2 points. Number 1, array is a collection of homogeneous, that is same type of elements, whereas a structure is a collection of heterogeneous, that is different types of elements. Next point is an array elements is referenced by its position, whereas each element's components of a structure has a unique name. The point on which the array and structures can be similar in that both array and structure must be defined with the definite number of components. Here you can see the information about students, that is roll number, name, age and marks. Suppose you want to store similar type of data, then we have used arrays. But suppose you want to store the information about students which consist of different type of data, that is roll number may be integer type, name may be character type, age must be in integer type, and marks will be in float type. So then it is not possible to store in an array. So there is a need of another structure, another data type, that is called a structure. Here with the help of structure you can store all kind of information about a particular students under a single name. So now what is the difference between array and structure, and why we use a structure in place of array? So both the arrays and structures are classified as structured data types, as they provide a mechanism that enables us to access and manipulate data in a relatively easier manner. But they differ in a number of ways. As we have discussed, an array is a collection of related data elements of same type, but a structure can have elements of different data types like heterogeneous data. An array is derived to data type, whereas a structure is programmer defined. An array behaves like a built-in data type. All we have declared an array variables and use it, but in the case of a structure, first we have to design and declare a data structure before the variable of that type are declared and used. So syntax of structure shown in the slide. The struct keyword is used to define the structure. The syntax to define the structure, it will start with struct keyword, then you have to write the name of a structure, and name of a structure must be a valid C identifier. Then open the curly brace. It may have number of data elements, that is called member 1, member 2, member 3, like that. and then it may have number of members of different types. Then close the curly brace followed by semicolon. Semicolon is end marker of the structure. Here you can see in the structure there are various members enclosed within a curly brace, and it is defined by using a reserved word, that is struct. A structure is a meaningful collection of data items of different type under a unique name. So a structure allows the programmer to create and manipulate a set of different type of data items. In C language, all these data items can be grouped together in one structure using the reserved word struct. In defining a structure, you must note some points, that is the template is terminated with a semicolon. While the entire definition is considered as a statement, each member is declared independently for its name and type in a separate statements inside the template. The tag name such as structure name can be used to declare a structure variable of its type. I will discuss when we write example. Now I will see the declaration, how we can declare the structure. As you can see, it will start with the struct reserved word followed by a name, where struct is a keyword and name is the name of a structure. After defining a structure format, we can declare variable of that type. A structure variable declaration is similar to the declaration of variables of any other data types. It may include the keyword that is struct, the structure tag name, and list of names separated by commas, a terminating semicolon. So here you have to declare data members with its proper types. Then when the declaring of member finished, then close the curly brace, and then you have to declare a structure variable. Now structure variable declaration may be of here different type. I will discuss here two methods. First method is as you saw in the slide, there is a class that is name of the structure. It started with struct keyword. Here I have taken class as a name of structure, and there are various kind of information as a data as a structure member here, like a student's registration number, name, size of name is given here because a name is a string of characters. So I have to declare the size of name. Total marks may be of float type. Suppose you want to write marks like 90.5, then you have to take it as float type. Next, branch. Suppose branch is computer science, so it is also taken as a character type. And year, first year, second year, third year is of integer type, and semester. So now there are various data members I have declared here, and then close the curly brace. Now how we can access these members, these data members, these structure members? So we can access all these members with the help of a structure variable. First I have to declare the structure variable. Here stu is a kind of variable which is declared here as a structure member. So with the help of stu, we can access all the information of the class structure. With the help of dot operator, I will see it in further example. Now this is the second method. With the help of this method, I can also declare a structure variable. You can declare like ordinary variable. We can also define and declare a structure variable the general form you can see here, just like array you declare int a and then size. Here I have declared the struct class, because class is a data structure which is of struct type, and stu is the variable of class structure. So there are two methods I explain here. First one is here, after curly brace, closing curly brace, you just write down the variable name, then close with semicolon. And another method is you can use such type of declaration in anywhere in C program. Struct, then structure name, then the variable name here, just like struct class structure. Class is a C valid identifier. Here you can change the name, whatever you name here you declare. So there are two methods by which we can declare the structure variable. Now I will discuss how you initialize structure. Initialization means providing the value to the particular data members. Like here, first data member is a student registration number. So each and every student must have its registration number. So it is of integer type. So now first I have declared struct class stu, that is stu is the structure member of class structure. So in last statements you can see here struct stu is a structure member variable, structure variable. Here in the curly braces I have written values corresponding to its data members field. You always keep in mind here, during assigning the value, you have to see the data members type properly. Like the first element is of integer type, so I have written here 101. But second data element is character name, so it is of character type, so it must be, the value of name must be enclosed within double quotes here. Now next value, that is total marks, which is of float type. So float type value must be written at T5.50, or suppose there is no fractional part, so you can write here at T5.00. Otherwise it can store by default in decimal points. Now next field is also character type. So computer science I have written in double quotes here because of it is string. So string type value you have to write within the double quotes. And integer year it is written here 2, and 4 is for semester. So you have to also keep in mind the order of each data members. You have to provide all the value in a particular order. But providing such type of value means initializing such type of value to the data member, I think it may become very cumbersome. So I will explain you next method. This is another method by which you can initialize value. Means you can assign value to each data member. Here you can see there is a structure named as student. Means student is the name of structure. Here there are 3 data members, that is int roll number, char name, size 50, float type marks, and close the curly braces. So I have declared here variable stu. With the help of stu we can access all the members of student structure. So just to explain you, I have not written here proper program, but as you know the starting point of program is main. So main, after main function, first it will prompt, when you execute the program it will prompt enter the roll number. Students will enter roll number. Then here one thing is important, another operator here use a special operator, that is called dot operator. With the help of dot operator we can read value from keyboard and store at the place of roll number. So you just see here %d is format specifier, then comma, ampersand indicates the address at stu dot roll number. Stu is the variable of structure and roll number is the data member of student structure. So here I have written stu dot roll number. With the help of dot operator we can scan value from keyboard. So whatever value a user will enter here, it will store at the memory location stu dot roll number. Next message will prompt enter the name. Whatever name you will enter from keyboard, it will store at the address of stu dot name. Name is the data member of structure and stu is the variable. So stu dot name. Next message is enter the marks. Here you can see ampersand stu dot marks. So in this case you have to enter the marks. Then it will print first message, print student detail. Then it will print all the values. Printf the roll number equals to %d because of integer type. So stu dot roll number in place of stu dot roll number it will print the value. Next message is for printing name, stu dot name, and next one is marks, that is of float type. So I have used here format specifier as %f. So it will print all the values. So this is another method by which you can initialize the value to the structure data member and you can print the value correspondingly. To more clear it, you just write a program, compile it, execute it, and enter different type of value to test the structure, how it works, how it initializes. So you must write a program and execute it. Now I will discuss about the nesting of structure. Nesting of structure means you have to declare structure within structure. So in the example you can see here there is a structure named student which have two data members, basically roll number which is of integer type, another one is name that is of character type, and next you can see struct submarks. Submarks here I have taken just like subject marks. Then subject marks is another structure which is declared here under the structure student. Means I have declared here structure within structure, because you can see there is a structure students and it is not closed here. So structure subject marks is used as act as here data member also. It is also act as a data member of struct students. Then under the struct subject marks I have declared one data member, that is marks. It is of float type. Then I have closed first the structure subject marks and I have declared variable m. M is the structure variable for subject marks. Here I want to mention you have to always see it very closely. Here structure submarks have only one data member and it is closed here, followed by a particular structure variable, that is m. So with the help of m you can access only the float marks, you can access marks only. But with the help of stu, that is structure variable of structure students. So here m is the structure variable of subject marks and stu is the structure variable of structure students. So with the help of these two variables, how we can access the values? Now you can see here program is written. Enter the roll number, it will prompt first. then you have to enter the value. So now you just see roll number and name, both are the data members of structure students. So here you can enter the marks and scan the marks with the help of ampersand stu dot roll number. You can see here scan %d ampersand stu dot roll number. But next message will prompt enter the name. In this case, it will store the name. It will read the name from keyboard. And then again you can see here enter the marks that will program prompt when you execute. Now you should observe it properly. Here marks, how you enter marks. When user will enter the marks with the help of keyboard, then the marks will stored at the location of marks, that is data member of subject marks structure. So I have taken here path that is ampersand stu dot m dot marks. Means first we will you can say will take permission, we take access from student stu, that is the structure variable of stu, and then dot m, that is the structure variable of subject marks. Then you can write dot marks. So you can understand it just like a path. First you have to go to stu, then it will access dot m variable, that is subject marks, means m work as a reference, and then dot marks. So like this you can enter, you can assign the value to the data elements in the structure within structure. When you declare a structure under another structure, that is called nesting of structure. And the value, how you can initialize value in the structure. So you can see in the line scanf %d ampersand stu, that is a student's variable, and dot m, that is of subject marks variable. So like this you can access the you can scan the value. So the marks will store at the location of float type, that is at the location of marks. Now it will show the message student detail, and it will print the values. And here you can see these values are normal stu dot roll number and stu dot name. These are normal variables of structure students. And here stu dot m dot marks. With the help of this syntax, you can print the marks of another structure, that is sub marks, which is defined under the struct students. So with the help of this example, I have explained you about the nesting of structure. Here I have declared a structure under another structure, and I told you how to assign the value to the all the data members, and how you will access the values from the structures. Now I will discuss about array of structures. So first I will discuss here how we can assign the value, how we can declare array of structure, and what is the need of array of structure. So first I will discuss about the need of array of structure. Suppose you have to store the marks of 5 students or 50 students. So in the previous example I explained you about the storing marks of a single student, but suppose you want to store the marks of various subjects of your class. Suppose there are 50 students in your class, then how you can store all the students marks with the help of structure. So in this case I have taken example here. The name of structure is students, and there are two data members I have taken here, roll number and name. And there is a stu, which is a structure variable, and you just see here array of structure. This is the example of array of structure. means here I can store uh, the value of the data of 5 students. Means here I have assumed that there are 5 students which marks, yeah, which details I have to enter with the help of a structure. So I have declared here as an array, because stu is a structure type variable, and I have written here in a square box value, that is 5. So 5 indicates we can store the 5 students information. So I have started here main function. I have taken integer I is a variable, so because I have to use in the for loop. So in case of for loop, as we have discussed how for loop works, here first term, that is I is equals to 0, first component is initialization, then I have written condition because of 5 students, so I have written here I is less than 5, means this will execute 5 times because I have to store the information of 5 students. So with the help of loop we can store the information of all the students. Otherwise statically when we initialize the marks, it will become very cumbersome process. So I have taken here 5 students data I have to store, and in example with the help of loop I will store the values. Here it will prompt the message enter the roll number. When user will enter the roll number, then it will scan and store at the stui.roll number. So see it properly. You must understand the concept here, because I is equals to 0 and it will store ampersand stui, means stu0.roll number. Means when you declare stu 5, then it will allocate 5 memory blocks for each information. So now I is equals to 0, so subscript is here 0. Now it will store stu.0, that is the first memory block of the structure. It will store the roll number, then it will prompt enter the name. So here again I have taken it must be not %d, it must be %c, mistakenly here it is written. So you correct it, and you can see here ampersand stui.name means 0.name. So whenever user enter the roll number and name, both the values store at the first location of the memory block. Then again I become 1 because of I++, I become 1, then again it will check the condition is true. Again it will prompt the message, user have to enter the roll number, enter the name, then again I become 2, then like that it will execute until the condition is true. So after entering the value, when I become 5, the loop will exit. Now it will jump to the printf student detail. It will print the message. Now again there is a statement written, for loop statement, I is equals to 0, I is less than 5, because there are 5 students which data I have to display on the screen. So with the help of message printf the roll number, %d format specifier, %s for specifier for string type value, comma stui.roll number, comma stui.name. So here I will increase many times until the condition is true, and it will print the values. So you can see the concept of array of structure. The concept of array of structure is same, but in this case we can store the value of different students at the same time with the help of loop, and also we can enter with the help of another method, but that method will very tedious. So I have taken here loop. With the help of loop I have initialized the value, then I have print the values of the students. So with the help of array of structure, you can store the marks of various students. You can store the list of various students detail. So this is the case of array of structure, and you must write the program, execute it, compile it, so that you will clear the concept of array of structure. Now I will discuss about the union. The union is a construct that allows memory to be shared by different type of data. All the members of union use the same location. It can handle only one member at a time. So the basic difference between structure and union is number one is keyword, that is in case of structure I have to use struct, and in case of union I have to use union. But you can see in the example, you can see here, as I have written in definition, all the members of union use the same location, but in case of all the members of structure uses the different location, which I have discussed earlier. So you can see in both the example, in first example there is written struct, another one in next example written is union, but the name of structure or name of union is same. And I have taken here the data members as same in both the examples, roll number, name and marks. And I have taken the similar variable which are used to access the structure members as well as members of union. But the basic difference in both, that is the storage location. So in case of structure, you can see how much memory structure will acquire and how much memory union will acquire. So in the case of structure, you can see here there are three fields, there are three data members. One is of integer type, another one is for character type, and last one is of float type. So as we have discussed earlier, how much data acquired by the integer, how much data can be acquired by character. So you must know all these things. Integer takes 2 bytes and character takes 1 bytes to store data, and float requires 4 byte memory when you declare this variable. So in this case, the total size, the total memory space acquired by a structure, this structure is 26, because int take 2 bytes and character take 1 byte, but here I have taken 20. Size of name array is 20, so it will acquire 20 and the marks will acquire 4 bytes. So the total space which is acquired by the structure students is 26. But in case of union, as all the members of union uses the same location, in this case here the largest value is of character type, which is name. Name acquired, name is a data member which acquired the largest memory location, which is of 20 bytes. So in case of union, it will create a single block of 20 bytes. So the basic difference in between the structure and union is the acquiring space by the structure is as I have shown you in the example, it takes the much memory, acquire much memory as compared to the union. But in case of union, you can handle only one data members at a time. But in case of structure, you can handle all the values at the same time. So in case of union, because you can handle only single data at a time, so the application of structure as well as union are different. You have to think about where we can use structure and where we can use the union. So with the help of these two examples, I think you must clear the concept of structure and union. There is a basic difference, that is of keyword, union and struct, and whole the structure is of same type. But in case of memory acquisition, the in case of structure, you have to add the memory acquired by different members. But in case of union, you have to just take one data members which is acquired largest memory. So in this case it will require 20 bytes, but in the case of structure it will require only 26 bytes. So here with the help of another example, this is the another concept, that is structure within union. So as we have discussed here the difference between structure and union. Now we can use structure within union. So how we can use this? With the help of this example, you just first stop the video and read the program, go through the contents of programs. You can see here there is a structure students, and there are three data members, that is name, roll number and percentage. And next you can see here I have taken union. The name of union is data, and open the curly braces because of limited space in the slide. I have written in the form so that we can save the space. Union and the name of data, union is data, and we have declared here struct student st as a data member of union. Now you can see union data set. With this syntax I have declared one variable, that is set, which is of union type, union data type. So in this case, when you will execute the program, you can see here I have used the union within the structure, union as a data member within structure. So when you execute this program, it will prompt message. You have to scan this value here, set.st.name. What does it mean? Set is the variable of union, that is data, and st is the data member of struct student. So with the help of this you have to scan the value here. You must specify ampersand also. Printf, enter the roll number, it will store ampersand st dot set dot st dot roll number, because set is the variable of union and st is the variable which I have declared here, student type. So we can access the element, we can assign and access the elements with the help of this syntax, set.st.roll number. Then you have to enter the percentage. You will enter here as you see in the previous example also. Next, message will prompt the student details are. In the output you can see the output when you execute the program, then it will display output like this. You can see in the slide, it will prompt enter the details. Suppose I have entered the name here and enter the roll number, 101 is the roll number. Then I have enter the percentage. I have entered only 95. So in output the resultant detail, you can see the student detail are, because I have given here message, one message, the student detail are, so that it will print first. Then it will print name, that is Pawan, and roll number is 101, and percent it automatically append the various zeros here because of percentage is of float type. So this is the example of a structure within union, and you must write the program inside C editor and execute it. Then you will clear the concept of structure within union. You must execute the program. Now I will discuss what is the difference between structure and union. I think you must have clear the concept of structure and unions. Why we use structure, how we can declare a structure, how we can initialize a structure. Then I have um, explained the concept of array of structure. With the help of array of structure, you can store the data of various students at the same time. And then I have discussed about the nested structure, how we can nested structure. Nesting of structure means you have to declare a structure within a structure. Then I have discussed about union. What the union? With the help of example, I have explained you. Then structure within union, I explain you. I think you must have clear the concept, and I advise you to just write the program in C editor and execute it. Then you will be clear the concept. Otherwise, because here practical is very necessary. So I think you must have clear the concept about the structure and union. Now at last I will discuss the difference between structure and union, because in examination many times you have to write down the short notes on the structure. You have to write down the difference between structure and union. Examiner may ask you. So the very simple concept here you can see. In case of structure, struct keyword is used to define a structure, but in case of union, union keywords is used to define a union. Very simple thing. In case of structure, every member within structure is assigned a unique memory location. I showed you in the example previously. In union, a memory location is shared by all the data members. As I discussed, changing the value of one data member will not affect other data members in the structure, but changing the value of one data member will change the value of other data members in case of union, because in case of union only single block is allocated, but in case of structure the various blocks are assigned to different data members. In case of structure, it enables you to initialize several members at once, but in case of union it enables you to initialize only the first member of union. The total size of a structure is the sum of the size of every data member, as I show you here. In this case, you have to sum all the size of each data members, but in case of union, you have to take just largest one. So the total size of the union is the size of largest data member, and it is mainly used for that is structure is mainly used for the storing various data types, but union is mainly used for storing one of the many data types that are available. And in case of structure, you can retrieve any member at a time, but in case of union you can access only one member at a time. So these contents, you must have clear the difference between structure and union, the concept of structure and concept of union. There is something difference between both, and the applications of both are different. So I think whatever concept I have discussed in this lecture, you must have clear the concept. And just I advise again, I want to advise you, first you should write the program, execute it, write one program of structure, another one for array of structure, then structure within a structure means nesting of structure, then write a program to demonstrate the union, and you also calculate the size of structure in union. As I told you in earlier lectures, size of operator. With the help of size of operator, you can measure the size of structure, you can measure the size of union. You have to just pass the structure name in the size of function. You have to pass just the variable of name of variable union in the size of function. So you can clear the concept of memory allocation in structure as well as union. Thank you.